For over 20 years, John Cena has been known as wrestling's own Superman, WWE's face of the company, and the leader of the Cenation, and the guy who preached hustle, loyalty, and respect, while also preaching to everyone to never give up. But outside of WWE, he's become a Hollywood megastar, following in the footsteps of The Rock, and guys, think he went a bit too far with that one, because now everything has changed. Because as we all know that at Elimination Chamber 2025, John Cena did the unthinkable. He betrayed Cody Rhodes and the entire wrestling world. A moment that shocked everyone because it came to the realization that John Cena is a heel. Oh my gosh, I can't stop thinking about it. Because after decades long of being the fan favorite to children and now even to plenty of adults that grew up watching him, John Cena has now become a heel and has aligned himself with The Rock and Travis Scott for some reason. This isn't just a simple attitude shift. This is a full-blown takeover. But now the question is, what's next? Well, we know he's going to appear on this Monday's Raw to confront Cody Rhodes by the time this video is going to be coming out. But if WWE wants John Cena's heel turn to be legendary, they can't mess this up. Hola everyone, my name is Nando. I make videos once a week every Monday. Today we're breaking down exactly what WWE needs to do in order to make this the greatest heel run of John Cena's career and WWE entirely. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with number one, embracing the Hollywood persona. John Cena has always balanced his Hollywood career with WWE, but now he needs to go all in onto the Hollywood Cena gimmick. He needs to come out and show how hypocritical us the fans are to him, saying how we loved him, but keep in mind that many of us booed him for years, but when he left for Hollywood, aka the place that accepted him so easily and took him in as family, and he went on to have a successful career, it was only then that us, the WWE fans and wrestling in general, were missing his presence. It was only then that people wanted to see him perform more often. It was only then that people wanted to see Cena cut off his Hollywood schedule and have his time with us. But now his time as a hero is up, and his time as a villain is now. This is what we wanted for years, but Cena wanted to do it on his terms. And he's going to make us fans regret ever wishing for it. If The Rock can be welcomed with open arms no matter what he did, no matter how long he left the audience, shouldn't Cena, even with his current ways, be given the same treatment? And that is where you really get your boos in. Because asking respect from the audience is the gateway opening of letting the fans know telling us to do something will only make us do the complete opposite. There won't be any "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chants. It will just be Cena standing in the ring, alone or with The Rock and Travis Scott for some reason. Seriously, it boggles my mind as to why he was there. And it's just Cena listening to the crowd, only chanting, "Cena sucks." But to Cena, that means nothing. He's heard that for years and he won't get to be hearing that all the time, because he's too busy making box office hits with Hollywood, as he's acting as things as Peacemaker. No more bright colored shirts, just him wearing fancy outfits and suits that look so weird on him. Seriously, suits do not fit him. And to bring this up, because I've seen a few people ask about this, and even my brother has said this as well, no, Cena should just not go back to being the Doctor of Thuganomics. Not at all. No. Good banger theme, good gimmick, but again, it was a gimmick that worked in the 2000s. But that's what it was. A gimmick that worked only in the 2000s. Because I've seen adults literally looking back and cringing at Cena's old material as a rapper. Because again, at that time, it was over back then, but not as much now. So Cena should definitely just rock a more Hollywood approach with his look. Honestly, maybe he should try that beard that one time he did. So we go from attitude to then changing his morals. The next thing Cena has to do is straight up establish that he's abandoning or burning any evidence regarding his old ways. Because he doesn't need to try anymore when his name in general is what gets the tickets rolling. Hell, his name is so big that he got a spot at the Elimination Chamber without really qualifying for it. He'll start taking shortcuts to win instead of the heroic comebacks that he always does, all the Super Cena ways. he could just cheat in matches. He could do the low blows. He could use the ropes. He could use the brass knucks. It doesn't matter. He can fail now, but that won't matter as his power and The Rock's influence will only just fuel more ways to control his positioning in WWE. It's no longer Cena can't give up. It's now Cena just can't be stopped.
Pardon?
Imagine a segment where John Cena comes up with a never give up armband and throws it on the floor like it's nothing. And while he's walking away, you just get the shot of Cody Rhodes being the one to grab the armband and withhold of it. Truly showcasing to the audience that Cody Rhodes is their next John Cena. Because even without that being his signature, never giving up has always been Cody Rhodes' mentality. He was never seen as a world champion material in WWE, and instead of sticking as a jobber as Stardust, he did have a banger theme though, because he took a chance that seemed impossible and made the moment at WrestleMania 40 to prove that he can go from undesirable to undeniable. Which goes into number 3. Cena should just demolish Cody for real. Okay, maybe not completely, but they should really just have a normal match. But in the ending, Cena just has to let Cody sleep in his own blood. Like, I'm not even kidding. He has to. He really has to really make this moment hit. Imagine Cody just laying in his own blood while thousands of camera shots are showing Cody fans just crying towards him. Cody is WWE's golden goose, and he is the perfect tool to help fuel this heel turn even more. Let Cody get out there and be destroyed and beaten. Let Cody be cheated out of the title if you want to. Like Cena having to use brass knuckles or the title to help take advantage of him. Because in the end, WrestleMania has to close with John Cena being a 17-time world champion. If you don't, you lose so much progress with this character. And I love Cody. Cody's great, but man, we've waited for how many decades to have this moment happen. This is our one and only chance to have what we want, but have it be something that could go way past our expectations. And that's what Cena's heel character is going and should be. He's no longer a WWE superstar. He's a Hollywood guy now, with power to make his desires come true in many ways that he would like. And with desire is more power that desires to be the only one left on the top of the mountain. And with no one left to stop him in his own path when he retires. But if you were to leave a path open to someone, it should be towards the last thing he should do in his heel turn, and that's to invest into a new protege. A mega team such as The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott for some reason is so impactful, but with that kind of aura / star power, it should be handed and shared towards someone who could definitely be seen as the next big thing. It can be anyone from the current main roster or possibly someone from NXT. Either way, you have this problem of Cena and Rock being part-timers. You need someone that can drag the story along while they're away. But it's quite the risk because you need to choose the right guy to do it. An example of what I mean by this risk is Solo Sikoa in the Bloodline. When Solo joined, he was a force to be reckoned with. He gelled so well with the Bloodline story, and nobody had an issue with his involvement. He was quiet, destructive, and badass, which was what made Solo excel so well on the main roster. But then after that, traumatic event at WrestleMania 39. Oh gosh, what a time that was. That was a time to not remember. But after WrestleMania 39, Roman left because he was a part-timer. And with Sami gone, who was left to carry the trenches of the Bloodline? Oh yeah, Solo Sikoa, the wrestler that's not ready for the main event scene, nor positioned as of yet to take the spotlight, but with Roman being gone, he had to. The Bloodline was a storyline that was carefully handcrafted for years, and they handed the responsibilities to a guy who's barely been in the main roster for a few months and can barely cut promos. Oh yeah, and they kept making him lose. Like all the time. Like I swear I remember like a stat where they would say that Solo was literally like on a 22 loss losing streak and had no wins thus far. Most of which was losing to LA Knight. That year overexposed the living hell out of Solo and made fans lose a lot of hope in him because they believed that he was the guy to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But when he was controlling the Bloodline while Roman was gone, oh, to put it nicely, he was pretty bum cheeks, I can't lie. And that's what we can't have with the storyline. I think John Cena and Rock really need to study and find a guy that can really captivate and handle such a big story like this. The only name I could really think of is Carmelo Hayes. I know that sounds drastic, but let's look at the facts. He was the #1 SmackDown draft pick. In his NXT debut, he copied John Cena's debut in the way that he told Adam Cole that he brings ruthless aggression.
I mean, there is this famous phrase, ruthless aggression, same energy.
And Carmelo has excellent charisma that you can say that has some resemblance to The Rock in a way. With his self-love and confidence is what makes Carmelo, well, him. But that's just my opinion. Either way, that's all I have for you folks. What do you guys think of my ideas on how John Cena should do this heel turn? How would you guys book this heel turn? Let me know down below. I read and respond to every comment. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next week. And no, I'm not sorry for that.